Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Yessik back again today for my marathon run of Castle Story, and my first floor skeleton is almost complete. Now, for some reason, my Bricktrons are refusing to build this or to destroy this block down here, but they seem to be building everything else, so that's not so much of a problem. Now, the unfortunate thing is the inactivity of my lumberjacks, because they don't seem to want to do anything at all. Or my inactivity of the Bricktrons. The Bricktrons seem to, like, right now they're out of materials, but even when they're not out of materials, they seem to be spending a lot of time doing nothing, and I have to keep ordering them back to the stockpiles and forward and back and forward and back and forward, and it's just not being a lot of fun right now. So if anyone could leave any hints for me in the comments on what to do, that would be much appreciated. So lumberjacks don't seem to want to do anything other than hang out beside the castle here. But these two seem to be working, so hopefully when I get these two closer, they'll also start working. Now, I think I'm actually going to make a small forest right beside the stockpiles and get the lumberjacks to harvest that. So back into debug mode, I'm going to go into miner mode, and the miners will build some trees for me. There we go. Exit debug again, and start over. Oh, and build another tree, I guess. Okay. I always forget to deselect things. Okay. So now I have lots of very nearby resources. Hopefully the lumberjacks can deal with all of this. I think that is a builder. Where are my lumberjacks? There's one right there. There's one right there. There's one right there. Oh, Merlin was a lumberjack. What do you know? So let's get him to cut down one or two more trees. And I'll get you to cut down another tree as well. Their default action seems to be to pick up the wood and take it back to the stockpiles, but that's not really what I want. It's much faster to pick up a bunch of wood at the same time, or to cut down a bunch of wood at the same time and then take it to the stockpiles. So you kind of have to try to individually select them and get them off their task. Didn't work for that guy. Oh, okay. He ended up picking up his wood. Now, I do not understand why my construction workers have stopped working when there is so much construction to do. Get over to the wood stockpiles and start building. Yep. And we're back onto the annoying part of Castle Story. The part where everyone stops building things for no apparent reason. My guess is if I start also building stone, they will start reacting again. So I'm going to try that. Unfortunately, I built these walls completely even, so I'm probably going to keep going with that pattern. Or maybe I'll just do it. No, I'm going to keep going with that pattern. You know, just to make everything aesthetically pleasing. So, I just forgot I actually want to build two doors in the middle there. So, I'm going to keep going with that. And let's see. How many of these do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's adjust our view now and also build this. Not sure the exact dimensions of this castle. All I know is that they are entirely even, because that is how I built it. So no one seems to be doing any construction on the woodwork at all anymore, which is too bad because I could really use the skeleton to be finished so they can more easily walk on it. Either way, I'm going to start trying to build some planks here and see if they will go ahead and build those, just to make their construction of the actual wall easier. I know these can go in here. Oh. There's one. There's two. There we go. I'm kind of getting the hang of this. Basically, you have to click on the edge of the piece where you want it constructed. So, if I do that, it lines up in the right place seemingly every time. Ooh, except for that time. And now I've rotated it the wrong way. There we go. So back on the edge. Now I'm really hoping some of the constructor Brictrons will take charge of this and actually start building. I have heard there are a lot of problems with woodworking in this game. Just basically anything you want to do with wood, for some reason it takes the Brictrons a very long time. But it seems like at least one board has been built. So that's a good thing. Now have I actually built this in the middle? Yes, I have. What I also need is a brick here. Now I can build this 3 high. Just right away. Actually, only 2 high because I need to have the arches. Ooh, that is tough. You know what, I'll actually just let the skeleton be the door. And because if I put an arch, let's see how this is going to work. Wait, erase these. No, don't place them. Okay. Because let's see, if I put an arch up here, it's only going to cover half the door, and then it needs to arch back. It also needs to arch that way. So I need like a double arch piece, which doesn't exist in the game's current iteration. Yeah, so let's just build upwards. And see what I can do with this. It won't be a beautiful door, but it'll be functional, I hope. All I really need is to build this way and this way. Then this in here, and can I build a brick in there? Nope. So let's just keep that space empty, and there'll be 2 little gaps there. It won't be a perfect door, but it'll work. It will work. I wonder if I can actually put a door in here. Let's do that just for funsies, see if the doors work at all. Because at least it'll make it look more like an entrance, because I'm going to have to do that on both sides, because I've kind of already decided that that's how that's going to work. Oh, what? Oh, and I've screwed this little area up horribly. I lined up all the wood pieces, I just forgot to line up the wood pieces to all the logs. And now we're running out of all resources, so I have to get my miners and lumberjacks started up again. Unfortunately, the lumberjacks require a lot of supervision, so I don't actually like working with them. There we go, that's better. So let's take these 4 here and assign them to a mining group. And we will make the mine right where they're standing. So let's go into the actual... I wanted to select all of them. There we go. Now let's make the mine right where they're standing. So that involves... Oh yeah. I keep forgetting where everything is in this game. Let's make it right here. Oh! And there's my emails. Hope you enjoy seeing those. It's kind of hilarious. Don't think there was anything too personal in there, so I'm just going to hope that you didn't really take note. Yeah, I just thought I'd show off my email. I thought my email was of interest to all the people out there who are just watching my Let's Plays. I thought you might want to know more about my personal life, and, you know, about what type of emails I save for no particular reason. I did not want to spawn a Bricktron. I wanted to spawn trees. There we go. So now I have my wood and my mine up, and I should have enough resources for my Bricktrons to actually continue working. Now I do actually want to end debug mode, and I guess I'll assign this one last Bricktron to the construction group. Now, what I really want to do is continue on with the lumberjacks. Oh, Jesus. Okay, go to here, select something to build, deselect it, get into my lumberjacks. My lumberjacks are all standing in a tree now. Not the ideal spot for them. Fortunately, I didn't get them stuck there. Just really hope that some of the construction Bricktrons will actually start construction on wooden objects. Though I need to construct at least one more brick because this guy is stuck holding a brick. So let's just put that right here. Now my Bricktrons seem to be selecting logs and actually doing work with them, which is a marked improvement on what they were doing before, which was nothing. No, not you. You keep going with what you were doing. I meant you. I wish I should probably actually do that thing I was... You know how I got the debug tools to work with you guys? I should probably do the same thing, but instead of putting all the lumber tools with the... all the world building tools with the debug menu, I should put the tree building tool in the lumberjack section, because there's really nothing useful I use in the lumberjack section. It would be a good reminder of what the lumberjack section is for. So they should still be building these 4 pieces and eventually destroying this piece here. Unfortunately, they just really don't seem to want to. Press delete, get rid of that rubble there. Deselect everything. Okay, are these the construction guys who are just frozen again? Nope. Are they the lumberjacks? Yes. So I'm going to select all of them and get them out of the way here. Unfortunately, I think it might be a problem where my computer just isn't good enough to handle a game that isn't optimized. It's trying to draw from my memory and it's just not managing to, I think. Yeah. After this one recording session, I might have to take a break from Castle Story, so expect maybe 3-4 more episodes, because I am desperately going to need to wait for this to be patched a bit. Unfortunately, here I've kind of made a staircase for my Bricktrons to use to get back down. And while I'm doing that, I might as well select regular bricks and make one on the other side, just so there's kind of an ideal path. Now, I can probably afford to have one more construction Bricktron, which I thought I had already done, but I guess not, so he'll get to work right away. Fortunately, no one seems to be stuck right now. Oh, the doors are working. It doesn't look great, but it looks alright. No, I'd really like them to prioritize the destruction of this thing. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait until this whole section's done. I'm not going to assign any more orders. And there's a policeman in the background. I hope that doesn't come through on the mic. Anyways, moving on. I think my whole scenario is going pretty well here. Where'd my miners go? Oh, they're still working. Got them kind of long distance mining. While I'm not doing anything else, I might as well head back into debug mode and construct additional trees. Very well ordered row of trees. There we go. That should do the trick. So now if I just get some lumberjacks to select, deselect, there we go, lumberjacks. So I'm not sure which one of them is cutting the tree already, so I've just kind of have both of them sitting around. There we go. That should make sure we don't run out of wood anytime too soon. As you can tell, there's quite a bit of structural support here. Bricktrons are managing to actually walk along the floors that I'm making. So this will mark probably the first time I have successfully finished a floor. And I'm still kind of unsure about it. It may not finish. But I have hope. I have a lot of hope. There's also this lovely path for them to walk up and down. I may actually put stairs there just so they can even walk up it. So let's do that actually. Back into construction mode. I know I said I wasn't going to assign any more projects, but I can't help myself. This is in the wrong place. It has to kind of be here, 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 and here. There we go. So maybe somebody will get to work on that now. Grab a stone brick. I'm going to choose all my foresters and get them out of the way again because bricktrons running into each other is a formula for disaster. Yeah, as you can see, they've already managed to confuse each other, and one's finally destroyed that. Excellent. So press delete, get rid of that. No, come on, there's only three things left to do. I believe in you guys. Okay, now they're in the way of the miners, so don't like that at all. Pretty sure he was trying to pick up a non-existent stockpile. If I lead them over there, will they destroy it? Because they seem to be having a really huge issue with this here. Let's see. Place it. Yeah, they just really don't want to place this. So let's see if I can continue work on the floor even without the structural integrity properly there. My guess is that yes, I can actually still do this. The floorboards they don't seem to have too hard of a time with. It's just the logs that are really killing them. So like I was describing earlier, if you just kind of hover the mouse over the place where you want the log, it usually does work, but it doesn't this time. Do I have a brick currently? Or am I didn't have planks selected. So hopefully this will still be structurally sound. I'll erase this so that they don't have to deal with it anymore. I'll erase the deletion of that too. I considered leaving it up there just in case they ever got around to it. But I don't think they will, so I'm just going to pretend it never happened. Ignore it. This castle is perfect in every way. Okay, let's see. Oh, the wind, it sounds so desolate out there. I actually have the wind howling at me. It is making like whoo sounds. I know for a fact there's no wolves here. I'm in like inner city Calgary here. There's no way the wolves are howling at me. I'm very happy with this castle so far. I think I have done a decent job. Like, it's not, oh god, what is that? Where is it? I do not want hovering platforms. Do not place that. I am probably going to need quite a bit more wood. but I can deal with that when the situation arises. This episode might be entirely consist of flooring. Warning, guys. Flooring ahead. There we go. I'm getting the music again, but I still haven't corrected the music for you guys, so that won't be happening for you. The music is pretty good. It's just the loop is way too short, so after it runs out, it's just crickets for the next like 30-40 minutes. And I'm just not willing to adjust the volume every time the music comes back on. Where the hell did that go? I don't really know right now. I'm sure somewhere you can find the Castle Story soundtrack if you want, and just play it in the background as you watch me play this. I can see how in a regular game of this, you wouldn't be so much in like this mass construction mode. You'd probably build one room at a time and defend it. You know, like if monsters come out at night, you'd build during the day, and then at night just close all the doors, have all your Bricktrons pick up weapons. There we go. Managed to get rid of that. And then defend. Possibly in a versus mode. In a versus mode it would be hard. You'd actually need to build a castle, or have a castle pre-constructed. Maybe you could play versus with pre-constructed castles. It would spawn each of your castles on like a little bit of land, and you'd have to build a staircase over, in which that you can like go on and kill your opponent, right? So both of you are building bridges, and you already have your castle pre-constructed, so all you need to do is build like machines of war, catapults, position them properly. Not sure how that would work, but sounds like it would be fun. Or there could be a co-op mode where you just both build and defend, so you can kind of like double micromanage. That'd be a lot of fun as well. It'd have to be the same difficulty as the single player, just kind of like to make it feel like there's a purpose for the multiplayer. I understand that scaling is important, but it's also important to feel that the other person is helping, or else it just doesn't make for very fun multiplayer. And I am out of wood, so so I need to go to my lumberjack group now, get them to all move over here. Or just somewhere. Start cutting trees. There we go, now everyone should get back to work right away. And I don't actually need all that much more wood. These few trees may actually be enough. Unfortunately, the miners seem to be taking up all the stockpiles right now. There are more pieces of wood and one more miner, so he can start cutting right away. Man, you need a lot of wood to build a castle. I'm wondering how most people do it without the editor tools. Do they build much smaller castles? That's a possibility. So I'm getting a good amount of stockpiling going. I think 4 boards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boards. So you need 3 stockpiles to make 2 rows of tiling. Let's cut this tree down as well. And this tree. So it does take quite a bit of material to actually do this properly. Like, more material than you'd really want to be using for any reason. No, I'm actually going to select some new constructions since they don't seem to have any trouble building floors. I'm going to 3, 4. Gonna select some construction here, you know, just to confuse them a bit. So are doors one wide? Because if so... No, never mind. I thought I could build a proper door, but I have to do the same as on the other side, basically. Let's go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Then build up. And oh, Jesus, no. Okay. Guess rotating is sometimes the best option. There we go. That does the trick. Now what do I do on this side? Because it didn't seem to want to... Oh, yeah. Okay, so I ended up with a slightly better pattern on the other side. That is perfectly alright, though. I think I will build up one more block right here. You know, just so things fit over properly. And I will make this like a grand entrance. I'm not going to build over that, I'm going to have that open. So I'm going to duplicate it on the other side. And how I did that was I built it on this brick. Then this way, and this way. So now I don't want to block off any of that, so I guess I will start staggering. I've really screwed up the construction of this castle in some ways. Like on one side I need bricks, on the other side I don't. Actually on both sides I'm going to need bricks, but... And it's like partially staggered, partially straight. So the actual design of the bricks of the building is going to look weird depending on what angle you see it at, but the rest should be fine. Let's see if I can actually erase this brick, then put this brick here. Yeah. Staggering for the win. Isn't my castle staggering? Get it? Because some of the bricks, but not all of them, are kind of fail staggered. Shut up. Okay, so now I have plenty going on. Lots to occupy my Bricktrons for quite a while. And it's really hard not to constantly do things. So I'm going to state it again, and I know I say this all the time, they really need to patch this pretty soon. Just so that large amounts of projects can be going on at one time without disaster striking. And I'm going to do something kind of interesting here. To build up to the next floor, I'm going to... Here, I'll just do it. How about that, instead of describing it to you? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is going to end up looking a lot more like a cathedral than a castle. That's what I think anyways. It's going to be like partially outdoors. I'm going to have like this huge arch on it. Whoa. I did that wrong. Need to build up to there first. So back to the regular bricks. Oh. Did I run out of wood again, or have they just started prioritizing the actual brick segment? I will check that right after I'm done with this. It is an important question. It is an impotent question. So it was on the 4th level that I started construction on that, so I'm going to have to erase this entire side. Then get a 4th level going here. And that was on the very corner, so let's do the same thing. Now hopefully this is even and does meet in the middle. Why are there no bricks that are 3 wide? You know what I can do? I can make an arch up there. No, I can't. Well, if I actually ever end up building that high, I can just cover it over at that point. That might be how things have to work here. So have I run out of wood? Is that what's going on here? Yes, I have entirely run out of wood. So I have to enter debug mode again. Options. Activate debug mode. Now, just want to return to game. Go to the tree section. Just plop down trees everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17's an entirely arbitrary number. I was counting for no reason there other than to just waste time. Anyways, you know what? After all that design, I'm going to take a break here, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.